to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to The Lock Shop. Thank you very much for being here. It is Dustin Nielson with you. Huss is going to join us in just a little bit. We got a huge Lock Shop today, don't we? We've got a Game 7. The Toronto Blue Jays tonight looking to get the job done in Game 7. We've got a doubleheader of Monday Night Football. We got a weekend in the NFL to recap. We got a weekend in the CFL to recap if we have time. And who knows, it's going to be a busy day. We'll try to get to the NHL slate as well. The Lock Shop is brought to you by our partners over at Play Alberta. If you've not yet signed up for an account over there, please do. We're going to be with them for quite some time. We've got our own page over there as well. Check out the EST specials. Couple of things that I already got up for you today. The early bird bet from earlier today. Blue Jays to win Game 7. Vladdy over 1.5 total bases plus 182. Legacy game incoming for Vladdy Jr. He's already had a few of them. And then we got the Monday Nighter tonight as well. A St. Brown touchdown. Should be a high-scoring affair between the Bucks and the Lions. Yes, Baker doesn't have all his weapons, but the Lions are basically missing their entire secondary. So I still think Baker's going to be slinging it. So it should be a high-scoring game. My play of the day boosted a St. Brown touchdown from plus 102 to plus 116. So if you like St. Brown to get the tutty tonight, you can get the best number you're going to find, plus 116. Over at playalberta.ca. The DGen Den should be chiming in with their grandest of parlays shortly. Jay will have another play of the day as well. And then, I've got let me see, what do I have on notes here? Things to create today on Lock Shop. Player prop parlay for the Monday night doubleheader. So we'll throw that in there. We'll have to put together something for the Blue Jays as well, even though we already have one special up on that one. And, no CFL game lines yet. That makes sense because there's going to be a lot of question marks on who's playing and who's resting and stuff. So we'll hopefully have those up tomorrow. We can guess those then. But let's bring in Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk, co-host of The Lock Shop. Huss, my man, what a weekend. What a weekend in sports. You are 4-0 going into the Monday Nighter. I was 4-1 on the weekend as well. Pretty good NFL weekend for The Lock Shop.
Definitely. Shout out to Potts Bar and Grill, who's tracking our
my man Potsy.
Yes, and Potsy just sent a tweet to me. Well done, Hustlerama. Well done. Of course, I missed the show and didn't follow you this week. That's usually the way it works.
This is why you can't miss the show, especially when we're dishing out NFL picks on Friday.
Readily available at your convenience. Might I add, on the World Wide Web.
Podcast. You can find it anywhere. It's there's no, and I know Potts, I'm going to have to text Potsy. No excuses for not checking out the show.
Well, I will be the first to admit that it was an underwhelming start to the season through the first 4 or 5 weeks. It was 1-3, it was 2-2, but 4-1 last week.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you're 8-2 out of 2 weeks here, buddy. This is great.
My favorite pick of the week is the Lions tonight, which was -5 right now. What do we got now? Oh, it's back to 5, I'm seeing. Or you got 6?
I saw it at 6 this morning. We locked it in, though, at 5.5 last week, right? So
I think this is going to be, there's going to be bad night to be a kneecap in orange. Let's just say that. I think this team is going to be relatively angry coming out of what happened at Arrowhead last week. And I think we'll see that. Okay, what are you going to do tonight? Like, how are you going to handle all this? I guess the Oilers aren't playing tonight.
The Oilers, and to be honest with you, Huss, nobody wants to watch the Oilers right now anyway. So
not a great week. For the Oil.
They're on this 5-game road trip. They beat the Rangers, but Stuart Skinner semi-stole that game. And then the last 3 games, they haven't deserved any better. Like, they just have not played well on this road trip. They wrap it in Ottawa, but not tonight. So tonight, it's a great question. It would be an absolute no-brainer if the Lions weren't playing, but the Lions will be playing. So I think the plan right now, so we watched, last night was nice. Last night was the first time that all 4 of us, myself, Tam, Marsh, and Muzz, first time we sat down from the beginning of a baseball game all the way to the end of a baseball game. Now, Muzz went to bed middle of the 8th inning. She tapped out. She's like, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. But the 4 of us watched the entire game, start to finish. The plan tonight is, this will be the plan in the Nielsen household. There's a municipal election in town today. So on election days, we allow the kids and myself and Tammy, we vote for dinner. So we're going to vote probably to order in for dinner. Marshall has power skating until 5 o'clock. We'll pick up dinner. We'll get home. I'll throw the Lions game on the iPad. We'll settle in. We'll watch the baseball game. I'll be following the football game. And I'm very much looking forward to it. It'd be very classic if the Jays can win a game 7 and the family's together. It'd be like I remember watching Joe Carter's home run with my parents on our farm in Cranbrook. Like I remember that moment. I was 11 years old. Marshall is 10 years old right now. Elizabeth's 8. Like this could be a pretty special night to see them book a trip to the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, here in the Peg with the Jets playing Calgary late, 8:30, it's shaping up to be one of the more epic sports bar nights of the year. I mean, this is a night. I mean, I get it. If you've got like 2 or 3 sets and you want to just chill at home, I get it. It's Monday night, but I think it's going to be set up shop for kickoff at 6 p.m. Lions and Bucks at 7 o'clock. See, like the poor girls that are working the bar tonight are going to need to be on it, or at least taking some good direction, because I think the vast majority of people will want the sound on the Blue Jays game.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that's captivating everyone. So that will be the case. So it's 6 o'clock. The sound will move to Blue Jays. We will go for the next hour and a half with Blue Jays sound and the football game on. At 8:30, it will get tricky because both of those games are still going to be going on. We're going to need to find sets for the Jets Flames. And then as soon as the one football game ends, that will transition over to the Houston and Seattle game. And as the Jays game finishes, then I would imagine the sound will flip over to the Jets. I don't know. It's going to be a lot to handle tonight. I'm trying to clear my schedule tomorrow morning. However, I realize that we have CFL 110. So the good thing is, despite what was another epic day yesterday, I made the wise decision to keep it in check on a Sunday night. Big week coming up. So I'm very refreshed. Great energy, great vibes, both from the picks and the game last night. So I'm ready to rock the lock shop and WST coming up at 1.
All right, so let's stick with the baseball. Then we'll go NFL and CFL, and if we have time, we'll dive in to the National Hockey League as well. But Huss, I mean, man, I haven't talked to you since the Ohtani game on Friday. That's insane. That dude is.
Oh my God.
That dude is like unmatchable. Like I don't know how. Like 3 bombs and striking out 10. So I'm calling the CFL game, and I look on my phone after, and I saw here is Ohtani's 10 strikeouts and 3 home runs in order tonight. And I thought,
I love that thing you tweeted out.
I said,
watched
what?
it 10 times.
Yeah, me too. I was like, wait a second, what? 10 strikeouts and 3 like tonight? Is this from like the whole playoffs? What is this? And then I clicked on it and I saw it, and it's unbelievable. We talked about it a little bit this morning, man. That had to be the greatest game in team sports history. I don't know how anybody ever tops that. Like, that is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, it was a very fun conversation. Like, is this, I mean, Major League Baseball, I mean, obviously, is this the best performance by a player? Just a sporting performance. I mean, he is such a unicorn, and to do that at such a high level on both sides, I've never seen anything like it. It makes me think, frankly, that tonight, we should crown tonight the winner of Mariners Jays as the MLB champions.
Yeah.
Because it really does feel like the winner of this series goes to play like the Galactic All-Stars.
Yeah. Sacrificial lambs to, you're right, the Galactic All-Stars. Yeah. But I was joking this morning, whoever plays well against them will certainly join them in the near future. You know, like it's gonna be tough to see. I mean, that's why I enjoy tonight. I mean, if either of these teams could somehow upset the Dodgers, that'd be absolutely insane. Like the Ohtani thing. I read this one stat this morning. I had it on let me see if I still have my Monday notes up here, because here it is. So I had only 12 hitters had ever had 3 homers in a postseason game, and only 26 pitchers had ever recorded 10 strikeouts, 2 or less hits, and no runs in a postseason start. And this guy did both of them in the same game. Like, it's just, he's a freak. He's a freak. Do you think, I asked Eric this morning, do you think in 20 years there's 6 or 7 guys playing both positions like Ohtani? Or do you think he's just a unicorn forever?
I mean, the fact that he's doing it right now and probably inspiring a lot of people to try. And, let's face it, when you're younger, these players are, your top athletes, like, in Little League and stuff, you see catching, you see playing in the field and then pitching. You do that for a while and then it sort of seems like you specialize. I'm not going to rule it out because athletes just continually get better with training and all of this stuff. But it's been 100 years since Babe Ruth did his thing, and Ohtani's doing it better than the Babe did. So, I wouldn't be betting on it at any point in time. I'm just thinking right now, the MLB. What's the Dodgers' number to win the World Series right now?
Let me see. Minus 213 is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So they're already such a big favorite. And basically, Jays and Mariners are 4-1. So that'll get cut in half for whoever wins. And by the way, lock shoppers, anybody else riding those futures that we had in the summer? When all of a sudden the Jays beat the Yankees and we're like, wait a second, we can get the Jays at 7-1 to win the AL right
Duck
now?
Dad's on it. Duck Dad's sitting there. He says, I'm sitting on a plus 700 Jays to win the AL ticket right now.
The wisest. Me too, a big one. So I was actually looking yesterday at, how, if you wanted to play it any different, I ended up just letting it ride last night on the Jays. There was a number for Seattle to win in 7 of plus 237 or something like that, which was lose last night, win tonight. But they're it looks like they're plus 110 or something like that for the game tonight. Jays are around minus 130.
Yeah, minus 133 last I saw. Let me see if it's moved. That was around 7:30 this morning. Minus 128 now, actually. So
okay.
Yeah.
So Jays, obviously, everyone's pulling for them. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I don't really need to, like, if you're like myself or Duck Dad and you're sitting on a 7-1 future, you got a lot riding on this one the other way. As it said, hedging against a team that you really want to win it just feels dirty.
That's probably when I feel the most degenerate.
Yeah.
Like we like to say around here, because they're a partner of ours as well, use your game sense, right? Like, don't get carried away. Use your game sense when you're gambling. But I feel really greasy in that moment. That's a tough one.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna be letting it ride tonight, and I'm thinking about for a very relatively simple exclusive, I think I might run back the exact parlay that we did in game 3.
The over on Bieber strikeouts.
Jays to win, Bieber 5 strikeouts, Vladdy over 1.5 total bases. We talked about Ohtani. We should be talking about Vlad too.
Yeah. Well, it's just that Ohtani is basically Vlad and Savage. You know what I mean? Like, it's that's how stupid it is. That's how ridiculous it is. But Vladdy, 6 bombs. He's doing spectacular things. It sounds crazy. Maybe it's a massive homer take, but I expect him to do something special tonight to us. Like, that's what we've seen from this guy. I would expect him to have some sort of significance in this game tonight. There's no way Vladdy just cruises up and down, and I don't see it.
Hey, you might have been tucking the kids into bed after the game last night. But did you see his interview with
I watched it.
Dude.
Marshall and we stayed up. He stayed up for it. I said this morning, like, that's cinematic. Like, it was almost like he had a producer in his ear who was like, just smile and let it breathe. And then the cameraman goes around twice, comes back in.
Was the guy actually running around, or did they have some sort of a special thing that they could do? Because he was fast as hell if he was doing that
smooth. I think he was on foot, because we saw him on a wide shot when they were going into the dugout at one point. You saw a guy like in a black suit sort of run run by quickly and get the dugout shot. Tammy's like, hey, there's the guy who was shooting that. So I'm pretty sure he was on his feet, but he walked. It was almost like, it looked like it was like a spider cam, essentially, like circling around him like that. Yeah. But then for Vladdy to sit there and smile, and the cameraman did 2 laps of him. He didn't just do one. Like, he whipped him twice and then got back, and Vladdy hits it. That's, when teams go on championship or close to championship runs, there's moments. That is an all-time moment. That was absolutely phenomenal.
What about the line drop? What about the line drop? She's like, oh, bye, are you ready for game 7? He's like, am I ready? I was born ready.
Yeah, he gave us 2 born readies. We beat the hell of it on the show this morning with a text bit. Like, we were all over it. That was legendary. Savage getting out of jam after jam, I thought was insane last night. And you know what? It's not like the Jays had to make diving plays on those double plays. Like, he pitched himself out of that. Like, I thought he was outstanding. Just outstanding.
But the infield, we've talked a lot about the offseason moves that the management made. And, what the heck are they doing getting Jimenez and, training for Dalton Varsho? These guys are amongst the best defensive players in the majors. And their defense showed out yesterday. We can talk about the double plays. That play that Varsho made backing up, was it Barger in right field on that play that went to
when it went off the top of the wall? Yeah.
Those are the little things that ended up like Arozarena scores from first. The guy that made the hit didn't get past first because of Varsho. And then with another hit later on, he's at third instead of scoring. They don't get it done. Like, they're doing a lot of the little things right now. And as I say, they ordered up Shane Bieber at the deadline, and to have Bieber on the hill tonight in front of that dome, I was I'm surprised. Did you know anyone at the game last night?
We had a few listeners who texted in today and were just like, Dusty, I was there last night. It was insane.
Yeah. So Pat and Jake were there. Ken Weeb was there.
Ken Weeb in the house.
Yeah. Weebs is a big time baseball guy. And he's a master. He is a master of working his travel schedule, covering the Jets in and around hitting big games. And little known fact, I guess the members of the Professional Baseball Writers Association have an opportunity to get tickets for World Series or playoffs.
Okay.
At face value. So our buddy Stephen Wino got him, was it tickets for game 7? And then he'd been hustling, trying to find something for game 6. And he had a refundable plane ticket, but he was there last night. He'll be there tonight. I take it Mike's doing the game in Calgary. And I'm coming back. But yeah, I think that if you're anywhere in the vicinity and have a chance to be in that building, I'm not sure there's a better atmosphere in Major League Baseball. Listen, the Dodgers, they go crazy when Ohtani does something like that, but it's a very chill,
different vibe for sure. You're right. Yeah.
This team and the city, this is going to be incredible tonight. But I'm looking for a huge performance from Shane Bieber. I think he's going to lead the way tonight.
Just the second game 7 in Blue Jays history. The last one, Kansas City Royals beat them in 1985. So you got to go back 40 years for the last game 7 in Blue Jays history. So you're witnessing history tonight with this game 7. So get some eyes on this game for sure. Who do you think? I don't know if it's been announced yet. We were talking about this morning. I know I was busy. I don't know if I saw it. Somebody will tell us. Who do you think throws out the first pitch tonight? Joey Bats last night. Has it got to be Gibby? Are you rolling out Gibby for game 7 or what?
Gibby.
They've already hit a bunch of them, right? Encarnacion, Joey Bats. I've had a lot of people last night on Twitter that said they got to bring back Estrada, let him throw out the pitch, because they're doing that 15 group, right? They're Russell Martin, Pilar, all these guys have already thrown it out. And I suggested today, you kind of save the World Series guys for the World Series if you get there, because you could bring out Joe Carter and stuff like that, but it'd be pretty cool to do that in the World Series. So.
I was thinking Joe for game 7.
It's a big one. They've been on this whole kick of the 2015. So I don't know, man. I'd bring out my man Munenori Kawasaki. The place would go bloody insane.
Oh,
Can you imagine if they roll the all-time fan favorite out there? God. I have an autographed photo of Kawasaki turning a double play signed in my basement. It's awesome. It even looks sloppy.
Gibby was the manager then in 2015, like for that group. Yeah. I mean, I could go with
Gibby's in it. He's a Toronto legend. Like that place would go nuts for Gibby. I'd love to see it. I think that would be good. Anyway, Game 7 tonight, everybody. Enjoy it. We'll be breaking it down tomorrow morning on the Nielsen Show for sure. I mean, the roof will blow off if Joe Carter walks out, though. That'll be bloody. That'll be insane.
Vlad, and I think that number, the parlay, the first time we did it was, I think, around 5-1. I think that's going to go down a little bit because, I'm just looking right now. I'm seeing the Bieber strikeout over 4.5 minus 154. It gets pretty juicy though after that. Do you have a ladder of strikeout numbers?
No, I'm looking for it right now. I'm not sure. I don't see that. Where are we here?
I'm seeing plus 133 on over 5.5, over 6.5 plus 272. And the one thing I think you can be sure of is that because of what has happened earlier in the series, I think they have sort of felt the air of their ways. And in this winner-take-all game, I don't think that they're going to be as fast to yank.
You got to let them go a little bit, right? They let you Savage go a little bit last night too, right? I think earlier in that series, Schneider would have been out there a little bit earlier.
They had a little bit of help. They had a little bit of well, listen, Schneider, I mean, we haven't even talked about the fiasco in Game 5 with Brendan Little.
Well, do we have to? We're going to Game 7. Let's not worry about that.
Schneider, that they won that game, and he put Hoffman in the 8th, and Hoffman looked great. Like that.
Hoffman looked really good.
Big development.
I said this morning, Huss said, if they bring Hoffman in tonight, I'll still be a little bit nervous. But man, was he good last night.
Let me ask you this. Jay's bullpen right now. Give me the power poll of who makes you the most nervous when they come in. I think Brendan Little is now clearly taken over the number 1 spot on that list.
Yeah, I mean, I think Little is far and away. I do not want to see Little tonight. I'm okay with Varlin.
Love Louis. Yariel Rodriguez seems to have sort of dropped down a little bit. I like Sir Anthony. I think he can come in and get a few, but he would be below Varland. And Hoffman, it's what day is it? Because once in a while, he'll look like he did yesterday. Yeah. I think it's a very positive development. He did that given the circumstances in Game 6. Although it was nice that he had a couple runs to work with, like a little bit of cushion. But I do like them going to Varland first because usually they're in situations where there's a runner or two on, and he's been, although I guess he did give up that 3-1 shot earlier in it. But Little, I think Little's probably on ice unless this thing goes 13 or 14 innings tonight.
Oh, can you imagine if this game goes 13 or 14 innings tonight? My God. The old ticker is not going to be able to handle that one, man. That'll be...
I mean, listen, Seattle Mariners, dude, they did that exact thing.
I know.
Elimination game about 10 days ago. So
Majestic Eskimo over on YouTube says, bring Scherzer out of the pen tonight. You imagine Scherzer coming in for the 8th inning just furiously, just as angry as ever. Ready to go. My wife and kids love Max Scherzer. I was out of town when Scherzer had his game, and that's all they've been talking about yesterday. When they popped to him in the 6th or 7th inning, Marsh and Muzz were like, "Hey, it's Mad Max." I was like, "It is Mad Max." Yes, there he is. He looks crazy. So, I mean, I got time for all the Scherzers, but hopefully they don't have to get too crazy tonight. Hopefully they get a good performance from Bieber. Hopefully the bats are out there and they can sort of smooth this thing down the stretch home, but I have a feeling we could be in for an all-timer tonight, so very much looking forward to that one. All right, Huss, biggest story from the NFL over the weekend, man. What jumped off the page for you? Chiefs looked good. Eagles got going through the air. That was interesting. The Denver Broncos, 33 points in the fourth quarter. Our Giants still covered the 7 that we had them at, which was okay, but a little bit more of a sweat than I was expecting.
Embarrassing loss for the Giants. I mean,
you got to seal that away.
I get it.
Like, come
you
on.
got a rookie quarterback. You can't give up 33 points in a quarter. Like, they had been shut out. They had a 17-point lead. Like, what the hell? And the fact that they went all the way down, they gave up the lead, then got a touchdown. They were beneficiaries of a pretty BS PI call. They got in with 26 seconds or something like that left. And then Denver still was able to go and, make it happen. I heard a lot of guys talking about the fact that they just rushed 3 and they were going into the old prevent defense. And what does that do? It prevents you from winning.
Yeah.
And then there was a video that somebody took behind the scenes as the Giant players were coming off, and some of the defensive players were just going crazy, saying, "We're only rushing 3." Like, they were feeling that too. So I don't know. I mean, listen, the Giants have an exciting future, but on behalf of the rest of the AFC West, how could you choke that game away? And Bo Nix, I was playing Bo Nix in fantasy. He was doing nothing. He had like 12
you had him going, or are you going against him?
Playing against him.
That sucks.
I'm like into the third quarter, he was like in single digits, and he ended up with 41 points. I'm like, so anyways, I was mad about that. The Chiefs are now listen. The Raiders, you know that the Chiefs had as many first downs as the Raiders had plays?
What do you mean it has had plays?
As plays in the game. Offensive plays.
No way.
Yes.
Come on.
30 first downs, 30 offensive plays.
Oh my God. That was a real ass whooping then.
Listen, there won't be. I mean, they took Mahomes out in the third quarter.
Yeah. Who did we get? A sighting of who?
Minshew Mania.
Gardner
baby.
Minshew the second.
Could you have a better good vibes backup quarterback than Minshew?
No, I was listening to a fantasy football podcast on the way in this morning, and they were talking about that. I'd completely blanked that Minshew was the backup there. And Huss, I know this, I don't want to see this for you, but I want to see Mahomes go down and Minshew go on a championship run with the Kansas City Chiefs. That would be bloody insane. Like, I'm a big Minshew guy, no matter where he is. But he didn't even throw a pass, did he? I think he came in and just handed it off.
Handed it off. They were going into victory formation like before the 2-minute warning. It's like, hey, whatever. The Raiders, Kenny Pickett came in.
Oh God.
And
just stop there.
Immediately fumbled on their own 11-yard line. And
I saw that one.
2-yard run. It's 4th and down. We'll just go down here. Like Pete Carroll didn't know what hit him.
Hey, no Puka Nacua. Didn't matter for Stafford. 5 touchdown passes. Absolutely picked the Jags apart.
182 in the air.
Yeah, 5 TDs though.
Devontae Adams had 3 touchdowns and I think like 35 yards receiving.
Yeah, I think they were gifted a lot of good field position.
By the way, I think the Jags have been are onto the fraud watch list.
Well, let's see. What's the Jags schedule look like here? I'm curious. I mean, the Rams are a legit great team. I like the Rams. Yeah. This is up. So the Jags get a bye, then the Raiders. So that's like 2 buys in a row.
That's good for them.
Yeah. So they get the Raiders, then they get the Texans, then they get the Chargers. Not going to be easy. Then they get the Cardinals and the Titans. So, I mean, it's still an okay schedule in the month of November. There are 5 games in November for the Jags. The Chargers come up short, but I was going up against a guy who had Herbert McConkey stack, and that was in my big boy league, which I was desperate for a win. Going into the afternoon games, I was like an 85% chance of winning it. Then Jaden Daniels got hurt, which hurt my Zach Ertz play because I had him and I had a touchdown, but still nothing after that.
Great pick, by the way.
Bill Krosky Merritt was not doing anything. And then he had Herbert, who threw the ball like 1 million times for like, what Herbert finished with 420 yards or something like that was insane. So I got hosed in that one. I'm in tough.
Yeah. Justin Herbert's passing stats, the definition of empty calories. I mean,
this is your Kansas City Chiefs showing here, Huss.
Did you watch the game?
Well, no, but you always you go at the Chargers all the time, though.
I'm just telling you right now, like it'll look.
Yeah, because what were they down? They were down a ton, right?
They were down a ton. And on account of a couple big time picks that he threw. It was. Listen, the Colts were in complete control of that game the entire time. By the way, Aronde Gadsden had like 160 or something yards for them yesterday.
You know what sounds crazy is I actually do have him in one of my deep dynasty leagues, but obviously he's not starting. Didn't have him starting.
That is very, very deep.
Yeah, very deep. So did you see this about the Colts? Just to quickly hit on the Colts and chart, and then we'll get to this doubleheader tonight, and then we'll talk some CFL. The Indianapolis Colts, and if you would have told me at the beginning of the year that, where the record is, you can look at the schedule, but the Indianapolis Colts have the most efficient offense in the last 25 years in the National Football League. I think the 2018 Kansas City Chiefs are on this list. The Detroit Lions from last year are on this list, but the Indianapolis Colts are at the top of the list, Haas. Now, they've still got a whole season to go. Those numbers could come down compared to the Chiefs and Lions from the last 5-6 years. But that is, like, they're not just finding ways to win. Their offense with, like, Downs and Pierce and Pittman and, like, Tyler Warren's good, don't get me wrong, and then Jonathan Taylor's had three touchdown games already. But this is a remarkable turnaround with Daniel Jones at the helm. It's unbelievable.
It's incredible. And the thing with Daniel Jones is he is pretty accurate. I mean, is he the most dynamic quarterback? No, but he'll hit open receivers. And that was something that Richardson just simply couldn't do.
Yeah.
I mean, Richardson's completion percentage was below 50%. So they had to make that move. I think the running ability of Daniel Jones has, especially, and he had a few big ones early in the season, has maybe made it a little bit more difficult for defenses just to key on Jonathan Taylor. And then they've been killing him. And this guy, Tyler Warren, by the way, my favorite pick of fantasy drafts, if you have keepers, I mean, he is going to be, I think he's going to have like a prime Kelsey-like role for the next few years. Like whether he can do it for a long time, we'll see. So yeah, I mean, the Colts right now, and just, you're asking about my take about the empty calories of Herbert. Like it was 23-3 at halftime. And then in the second half, they got a touchdown on their first possession. That was nice. Indy comes right back and does it again. So they get the ball, they go down, they get another one. Indy comes right back. And at that point, it was pretty much done. They ended up getting one more TD to make it a 14-point game. And Indy basically ran it out. Now, if I think about the Colts, with how they've got here, because it is pretty incredible. Here are their wins. The Dolphins, home to the Broncos in a game that the Broncos sort of blew. That was that 1-point game with, I believe, a last-second field goal. They beat the Titans. They lost to the Rams, who are a good team, and then they've just beaten the Raiders, the Cardinals, and the Chargers. So they are going to have some more difficult games later on, but it's a pretty soft schedule. I mean, they do get into some NFC West. They've got to go to Arrowhead on November 23rd.
That'll be a great test. Hey, that'll be a great test at that time for that team.
Well, and you know what? I think they've got the Titans at home next week. They should roll in that game and get to 7-1. It won't be easy to go into Pittsburgh. I mean, that's going to be in Pittsburgh. I mean, their defense was a joke on Thursday night. You assume that they'll be they'll have a much better performance in that one. A home game against the Falcons. I don't know what to expect for the Falcons. They look like world beaters, like Super Bowl contenders one week. And then they lose 30-0 to the Carolina Panthers next week. So who knows about that one? Oh, that's an 8:30 a.m. game too. That'll be a Europe game. Chiefs, home to the Texans, at the Jags, at the Seahawks. That's a tough game. Home to the Niners, home to the Jags, at the Texans. You got to think that, though, they're looking very good for that home playoff game. And, and the AFC South Division. So, I mean, we'll, we will see. But that game on the 23rd with at Arrowhead will be awesome. I'm just looking at the schedule. I'm so pumped, and this never happens. But Chiefs bye week is Grey Cup week. Could not have worked out any more.
Really?
Perfectly. Yeah.
Everything turns up Huss again.
Really, really
incredible.
Nice. Everything will turn up Huss tonight if the Lions can win.
Yes.
And the Jays can win this future for me, Duck Dad, and everyone else who was riding.
Okay, well let's slide over to the doubleheader on Monday night. We know that you were on the Bucks at plus 5.5. It is now sitting at
Lions.
Oh yeah, sorry, Lions. Lions minus 5.5. Sorry, Lions minus 5.5. It's now sitting at 6, so it's moved in that direction. And then we got the Texans and Seahawks a little bit later on. Let's build a little player parlay. But first, Huss, so we know where you're at on the Lions. Everybody knows where I'm at on the Lions. But what about this Seahawks-Texans game? We stayed away from it in our weekly picks. I think I actually kind of really like the Seahawks here. But where do you come out on the Texans and Seahawks?
It's true. I didn't really have a strong opinion on this game. Is it still 3?
It's still 3, yep.
I could wrap my head around Texans 3.5, which is actually only minus 120.
Yeah, that's still a bettable number on its own, right?
That is a bettable number on its own. I mean, I think that if we were going to do a parlay of the two games, I think I'd want the Texans. If we were thinking Texans, I definitely want the extra half point because I could see this one being a close game. I kind of expect it to be honest with you. I think moneyline, you got to give the benefit of the doubt to the Seahawks the way that they've been playing, and it'll be.
I played it relatively safe and just put Lions and Seahawks money line. It was a little bit of a plus money number. I was like, you know what? That's probably good for Monday night for me.
Here's a question that you only get on the lock shop. It just dawned upon me. How do you think the fact that the entire region is going to be locked in to the Mariners at the same time playing the Blue Jays in Game 7 as what's normally a really raucous and insane crowd? Like, will all the seats be full? Will people be there? Will they be just watching baseball on their phones?
Probably. I mean, the NFL is the NFL, but this is your first chance for your baseball team to go to a World Series
in
a Game 7. Like, I mean, they're definitely going to be streaming on the phone. They should probably have it playing on a screen in the stadium the entire time too, to be honest with you. Like,
everyone's just randomly cheering.
Find a way, just do it. Whatever. That's a good question. I don't think it changes my mind on the Seahawks play still, but I see what you're saying.
No.
Yeah, well, somebody makes a good point.
The reason why I didn't bet this game straight up is because I really don't know.
The baseball game will start 2 hours before this.
Yeah.
So there'll be a little bit of overlap. But by the mid-second quarter to the end of the game, they'll focus on the other
What'll be hilarious is if like this Mariners-Jays game is just an absolute nail-biter. Like it's tied in the 7th, 8th, 9th innings. I guarantee you're going to be watching this football game and you'll hear like big cheers or groans or something that are completely unrelated to what is happening in front of you on the screen because everyone is going to be locked in on that. I mean, listen, I'm big on the Lions. So what you want to go Seattle -3 or what's?
Well, I mean, I could take Seattle down to 2.5 just to cover a field goal victory.
I mean, I guess you pretty much need that if you're going to put a 2-gamer in.
Yeah,
it's got to be on because it's very tough to if you're pushing.
I'll throw that in there. I mean, Sam Darnold has been excellent. JSN has been awesome. They've got 2 running backs. I don't necessarily love how they use them. And Seattle's defense has been pretty respectable as well, whereas Houston has struggled at times offensively. Now, I know they've gotten better recently, but I'm still not ready enough to buy into them outgunning the Seahawks. I don't know. I really like Seattle here. So I would move into -2.5. You feel more comfortable with that number, hey, Huss?
Yeah, well, I mean, as I said, because I mean, if you can't put it at 3, I would say, go to it. I mean, it's -135, but again, we're putting it with another game. So, usually when our friends and sponsors are so kind to throw a little boost in.
It's okay to do that, yeah.
That half point kind of gets taken care of with the boost, and you end up in a situation where something that would normally have been a push becomes a win, and you'll take that.
Any player props you like tonight, Huss, in this game? Then we'll dive into some CFL chatter.
Well, I wouldn't at all be surprised if both Gibbs and Montgomery score touchdowns. I mean, that's I usually kind of start there with Detroit.
What's the total? 53.
53. Yeah, it's a big number. I don't know whether Tampa is going to be able to.
Can they gun with them, right?
Much.
Like, yeah.
I mean, have we heard about Mbuka tonight?
I was just gonna search that.
I saw that he was trending. That they thought, like, I see that he's up there. He's listed.
Yeah, I don't got it. I don't see anything.
Emeka. Oh, yeah. I don't see any receiving props for him. I only see a touchdown prop for him. So if he's not listed on the thing, I don't think we can go there. I mean, I don't even know who to take from Tampa. Like, let's just pull up Tampa's depth chart here.
Like Egbuka, I see as of Saturday, both Evans and Egbuka did practice. I don't know to what level. I'm assuming this has to be a game time decision tonight for him.
We're going to be thinking, what is it? A little Tez Johnson, Sterling Shepard.
Cade Otton.
Cade Otton, actually, if you want a receiving prop, that might be the best one to go to. What did Tez have last game? Yeah, he just had the 145-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, no, it was just the touchdown. They were using Cam Johnson a little bit, Sterling Shepard a little bit. Cade Otton, his catches is at 3.5, minus 141. I think, off the top of my head from fantasy, I think he's gone over that in his last two games, which is why it's probably sitting at minus 141.
Yeah, he had in the Seattle game, he was 4 catches on 5 targets. For the San Fran game, he was 5 catches on 6 targets.
Mike Evans' line is 4.5. He is believed to be expected to play. Do they just work him right back in? Heavy targets for Mike Evans, do you think?
I mean, I think it's almost just out of necessity.
Yeah, like what else are you going to do?
I mean, I could take a 5 catches for Mike Evans.
Baker's going to throw the ball 35 times tonight. Like,
yeah, someone's got to catch the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cade Otton is plus 164 on over 4.5.
To go over 4.5, yep.
That might actually be worth.
Anyway, those are some player props that you can look at as well. Huss, we got to get to the Canadian Football League here. A win is a win. But what did you think of the Bombers' win?
Did you see their tweet? Did you see their tweet afterwards? It was just, if you go to I retweeted it.
Okay. I think I saw it. Like they weren't hiding the fact that
the graphic, the Bombers 17, Riders 16, and the text just said, "We won." I'm like, yeah, a perfect tone for that one.
Oh yeah, we won. Not even in caps, just low key. We won.
We won. It was just sort of like, yeah, let's just move on to the next one. Yeah, no, nothing to.
Are you sort of just expecting the crossover here, Huss, now? Like, is Winnipeg getting ready for Montreal or Hamilton or what?
I mean, I would expect that to be the case.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, here's the thing, and Bombers play Montreal this week.
Yeah, Montreal needs it.
Well, but they won't need it because Hamilton's going to beat Ottawa before that game happens.
Oh, they do play before, don't they?
Like, I think this is going to be the most vanilla. Like, we could have both teams just doing QB kneels for 60 minutes.
Well, That would suck.
Yeah, it would be terrible. I mean,
I'm glad I'm not doing that game. Oh yeah, so Ottawa Hamilton's the early game on Friday.
Yeah.
And if Hamilton wins that locks it up, and they're going to win it. I mean,
is it 3 games on Friday, or is there an early?
No, 2 games Saturday, 2 games Friday.
At what times are the Saturday games?
1 and 5. Your game's at 1, so 2:00 your time.
Oh, okay. So there is one after.
Yeah.
What's the last game?
The last game is BC and Saskatchewan. So I've got Calgary, Edmonton Friday night, then I'm flying to Regina first thing Saturday morning to do the Lions and the Riders. And I guess if Calgary wins, BC would need to win. So that game should mean something still. So that's good.
Yeah.
And Calgary gets Edmonton, and they need to win it. So that game should mean something too. So I should have 2. I got 2 games that mean something, which is nice for at least one of the teams. So,
yeah. I mean, I think it is. The Bombers looked so bad. The offense looked so bad. I mean, the defense was pretty good. I mean, against Jake Mayer and then their third string quarterback. Do we think that Saskatchewan will play guys this week?
Well, I think probably like you saying Trevor Harris.
Yeah, like does he get a bit? Like, I
could see them maybe give him a quarter.
I mean, 3 straight weeks of not playing is a long time to be off before the biggest game of your season.
Yeah, you can maybe give him a quarter. But you don't want him out there too long just in case. Like Vernon Adams. Vernon Adams was out there. Did you see what happened with VA? He was he was out there. They're up by I don't even know how many they were up by, but it was over. The game was over. He's still out there running around. He got hurt. He hurt his hip. They had to bring him out of the game. Now precautionary, but he came off with a limp, and they were trying to stretch out his hip. And I'm like, why is he still in there? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So if they do play Trevor Harris, it'd be very, very briefly, I would think. Go in, couple drives, get out of there. Jake Mayer and Jack Cohn taking it the rest of the way. And BC should. I mean, if they need that game, they'll put the pedal down, and Nathan Rourke will continue his MOP season and get the job done there.
Are we going to quickly do you have any Lions props that we want to put in with Mike Evans, like on the Lions side?
I mean, let's see here. I mean, go Mike Evans. I mean, I don't even hate Mike Evans' touchdown. They're like, Mike Evans is an end zone threat for the last decade. Getting back in the lineup.
Points in this game. Do you want to do a touchdown parlay?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's going to be 55 to 60 points scored here. So, Mike Evans touchdown, Gibbs touchdown. Who else? One more.
Do we like St. Brown? Laporta's been getting in quite a bit lately. He's like a bigger number, like plus 173, I think.
Williams has been getting better lately too.
He's such a feast or famine guy.
I know,
for me.
but he's been feasting recently. But I don't hate Laporta. I mean, you said Montgomery. We could go Gibbs, Montgomery, Evans.
I love those guys together. To be honest, do we want to do that? Just the Thunder and Lightning and Mike Evans?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll send it over here right away. What's coming up on WST, Huss?
Well, I mean, more of what we've just been talking about. Blue Jays. But a lot of Jets talk. Scheifele became the franchise leader on Saturday night. Jets have won 4 in a row. Calgary is playing tonight. Pat Steinberg's going to jump on with me, and we'll find out what's up with the Flames. These teams actually play twice this week. We got a road game in Montreal, in Calgary today. Back here for Friday night. Mike McIntyre will join us. I know he's going to want to talk Blue Jays and whatnot. We will talk to Derek Taylor, voice of the Bombers, and get his thoughts on the underwhelming win on Friday, and take a look at the final week of the season and the road for the Bombers come playoff time, and how they can get to Princess Auto Stadium one more time this season after this week. It should be a fun one, but enjoy the game Sunday, everybody. Duck Dad, everyone else riding with their futures. Let's cash this one tonight. Kind of nice where you don't even need to bet the Blue Jays and know that we're all in with the rest of the country with a nice ticket cashing if they can get it done.
All right, enjoy the night, buddy, and we'll break it all down tomorrow.
You got it. Take care, fellas.
There you go. That is Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk. His show will be coming up in about 7 minutes over on the WST channel. We've got Oil Stream coming up here. Wallman off the IR. Is that what I saw? We'll get into that on the Oil Stream. Here are your EST specials that are already in there. Vladdy Guerrero, 2+ total bases. Jays to win plus 182. St. Brown touchdown boosted from plus 102 to plus 116. The DGen Den Grandest of parlays will be still to come. And then I sent these ones over as well. Lions minus 5.5, Seattle minus 2.5. That'll be a boosted NFL partner parlay. The guys say they're on it. And then our touchdown prop for tonight, Mike Evans touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown, David Montgomery touchdown. That should be a pretty good number. So you'll be able to find all of those over at Play Alberta. If you haven't used our codes yet for this month, it is EST50. Deposit 50, get a $50 free bet. EST Sports. Deposit 50, get a $50 free bet as well. Oil Stream coming up with myself and Tom Gazzola. The Oilers with just an awful road trip here early in the season. They'll try to salvage it against the Sens. Wallman is off the IR. We'll get into all of that on the Boston Pizza Oil Stream, which is on the way coming up. That is going to do it for the Lock Shop today, brought to you by Play Alberta. Thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck if you're riding with us tonight, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.